Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Formula Waga pre-season test here in Barcelona. We're just getting ready for qualifying. 15 minutes to go, and yeah, this is for testing the tyres, and hopefully this should be a good session all round. My name's Squire. I'll be taking you through the session here today. So let's have a look at what the drivers in the pit lane are. So we've got Philip Kraus just coming out of the pit lane, as you can see right now. Behind him, I don't know if you can switch behind him, but though, next we've got Jacob Reed in the Power Max RSR car. Nice livery. Does it remind you of a certain team? I know it does. A long time ago. Anyway, next one we've got Toby Byrne using the Pirelli car, the Pirelli test car. We've got Jake Smith in the Vitasi Design Sport car, the VD Sport car. And no, that's not an innuendo in itself. And oh, we've got a temporary car in there. Jack Walters there. Sid Kumar also in there, using a couple of the Formula Waga test cars. They still need to be assigned to a team. There are plenty more teams to come as it goes on. And those are the co-drivers out. And here comes Massimo Riboli in the new Italian outfit Force Racing team. Sporting a very Sauber-like livery there. Very Sauber-like. Kieran White also in those test cars as it goes at the moment. And off he goes at the first corner. Not what he wanted. Oh, he's gone off actually. Yeah, plenty of temporary cars here at the moment. So you know what? We're going to try and just have a little break of it for a bit. And wait for all cars to come back in. Because you never know what this is like at the moment. Also, normally we would have, today in the booth, we also would have had, Elise Skinner here, but she's not in. But we do have another driver in. So we've got another driver in the booth for me. His name is Jeffrey Backer. Hello, Jeffrey.
Hey, I'm here. I
Okay.
made it. I'm alive.
Yeah, you're alive. So, so who do you think is going to win the test here today?
Let's say. Honestly, it could be. I'm thinking it's either gonna be Jan Woznicka or one of the Vulcan. Probably Max Shepard, if I'm honest.
Well, looking at the time sheets at the moment, the only one who has set a time so far is oh, it was Munir Dry, but Jacob Reed has just surpassed him by 3.5 seconds. That is a madness in that. Currently 14 cars so far in the session, and we seem to be having a little bit of a problem with some of the cars. But no, they're going to go back to normal again. They've gone back to normal. False alarm, everyone. False alarm. But I think that was not me, by the way. Yes. So let's just get back into la session. So we see Jan Woznicka in the Drillers car. Oh, he's lost connection already. So we'll go on board instead with Jacob Reed in the Power Max RSR car. Going around the last section. Modified, of course, since 2007, taking away all the speed from Barcelona. Right there. Really maxing out those gears is Jacob Reed.
so close to pole position, provisional pole position as well. Currently held by Max Shepard.
Max Shepard, of course, in first ahead of Jacob Reed, and looks like Reed is slowing down. Nope. That's another one that's really struggling for connection here. Max Shepard in the Vulcan car, just coming out to try and protect his lead. 10 minutes to go left in the session. And we see another one of the Force Racing cars in Sergio Quattarocci, just going around turn 3, and behind him is sixth race man, which is Toby Byrne, who's of course in front of Sid Kumar. We'll have a look at the VD Sport of Lorenz Dougherty. Dougherty? Is that how you say it? Dougherty?
I think so. I haven't spoken too much with him or about him recently, so.
Hey guys, it's pronounced Lorenz Dougherty, just so you know.
And in the booth that you just come in now is Elise Skinner. Hello, Elise.
Hey guys, I thought I'd come give you some emotional support.
Thank you very much, Elise. And your name has just appeared in the lower third of the broadcast. Well done, you made it. So, let's just have a look at the current standings at the moment. So Max Shepard, of course, is top of the timesheets. Jacob Reed really close behind him by 200ths of a second. That is a close gap. Philip Cruz by 700ths of a second. Jan Woznica in fourth. Oh, we got a blue flag for some reason for Doherty. And then we've got Fulcher in fifth. Sixth is Massimo Riboli. No, it was Riboli, but now top of the timesheet is the new guy, Kian White. It's Kian White. Yeah, thank you very much. So looks like Riboli is back down in 7th. 8th is Byrne. 9th is Van den Hudenberg. And 10th is Sid Kumar. 11th is Munir Dre at the moment. And the three people that haven't done the time, as you can see in the bottom. Oh, looks like someone has done the time, and it is Jacob Smith. Jacob Smith, 9th position, of course. And the last one, of course, is Doherty and Quattarocci. Speaking of which, let's just try and find any of it. Oh, it looks like Van Hudding has just made a huge mistake there. Let's have a look at the replay if we can. Or not. No, we're not going to get a replay. So, let's have a look at other drivers on their laps as well. We've got James Smith there. And Toby Byrne just coming across the start-finish line now. He's currently 8th. And he's still in 8th. 1 minute 18 dead for Toby Byrne.
Max Shepard went to provisional pole.
Max Shepard, well done to him. Well, that's close once again. Just nearly a 10th of a second ahead of Kian White there.
I think we might have underestimated Jacob, because the whole top 4 is extremely close.
Extremely close, near a 100th of a second or so between the top 3. Jan Woznica is trying to find a way past his teammate Van Huddingberg, whose former team Nova had decided to take a sabbatical for 2018. How did you feel about that news?
If you kept following the channels, the right channels, you kind of saw it coming, but so it's not really a shocker, but yeah, it's kind of shame, honestly, because it was one of those promising teams, one of the best liveries on the grid last year, and it's a shame to see them gone.
Yeah,
it is a shame to see the Nova guys gone. Had one of a really quick car last year when they got the setup right, and obviously my single race at Austria just didn't go too well for them. And obviously I think that was just the sum of the season really for that team, but showed a lot of potential, and hopefully they come back into 2019 to come and join us on the grid. Yes,
and you might have seen just now that when Woznica was on his lap, Van Hindenburg was actually slowing down really heavily at turn 4 and then blocking Woznica's lap. He's currently 5th, is Jan Woznica, and he's going to start another lap. Hopefully he can try and get that back into his groove again. So currently top of the time sheets once again. Oh, Jake Smith has had it off at turn 4. Not a good one for the VD Sport Car at all there. So who's currently top of the timesheets once again is Max Shepard, Kieran White in second, Jacob Reed in third, Philip Kraus fourth, Jan Wozaka fifth, Lawrence Doherty in sixth, seventh is Quattrocchi, eighth is Fulcher, ninth Ribley, and 10th is Toby Byrne, with the rest of the field being Jake Smith, Van Hudding. Sorry, I misspelled that as Van Huddingberg earlier. Sorry about that. Sid Kumar, Munir, Dre, and that's it. And US Bilkins is also in the pits.
That's the first time I've ever heard Ruben van den Hudding pronounced as Van Huddingberg. That is the first time I've ever heard of that in my life. Well done, Ron.
Everyone makes these mistakes, and I always make these mistakes. It's always in my bloodstream. Okay, it's always there.
Oh, don't worry, mate. I did that throughout the whole of VC Indianapolis, and that was 10 hours.
Oh dear. So
I like Van Huddingberg better, actually.
Yeah, that did sound better. We got less than 5 minutes to go in the session, and yeah, it's looking almost certain that Shepard is likely to take that pole position. But don't count out White or Reed just yet, or even Kraus.
It's a shame to look at the timing screen and not see my guys in the IDS Motorsport cars here today. One of them is unable to attend the test races. Hopefully will be ready for the start of the season. And the other driver is here in the commentary booth with me. Obviously, it's Jeffrey Bacher, as I call him. Jeffrey the meme. Joining us in the commentary booth because he really does not want to drive tonight. So I'm letting him off. He can have a break and come and join us and have a bit of a laugh with us in the booth.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, so how are you feeling so far, Jeffrey?
Well, I'm feeling okay. It's like the thing is, the test race 2 days ago was really tough. Like was one of the few guys that managed to finish, even though a lot of laps down. But you know, sometimes you gotta say, okay, I'm not having the greatest of days. It's better to sit this one out and do something else.
That's lovely there. We just saw Max Shepard have a little off there at turn 4. Nevertheless, the action bother him, but it should bother him a little bit because Kieran White has just closed the gap. It's now under a 10th of a second from the pole time. So, should Shepard be a little bit worried there that Kieran White is really coming on to him just now?
I don't really think so, because I think Mac is confident enough that he's quicker than Kian. I don't think. Actually, I think it's highly likely that his last lap will be the fastest. I think he's able to time that perfectly.
And Max Shepard, of course, only 6 seconds slower. Wouldn't blame him because of that off, but he's going to try and improve on this lap. So he might as well go on board with him. He's going through turn 3, right on the curb there into turn 3. Turn 3, down into turn 4. Nice line there. Barely touches the apex. Keeps it calm through turn 4 where he had that off. Turn 5 and 6. Into turn 6. Nicely done. Turn 7. Where it's been changed since 95, of course. Down into turn 6. The much more, let's say, tighter infield section before going up into the revamp section since 2007, which of course took the speed from the last 2 corners as Barcelona is probably most famous for. And Max Shepard decided not to do that lap once again and decided to make sure he keeps his lead. But so we might as well keep an eye on Kieran White. He's in the pits at the moment, and well, he's not going to come out of the pits because it's most likely he's not going to be out there in time. So his qualifying session is basically over. Where is Kraus though?
Yeah, everyone who is in the pits now has got no time left to come out the pits. So basically anyone who's on track now, the only people that can finish set laps anymore, as we've only got 53 seconds left of the session. Just looking at the live timing at the moment, because that's my easiest way of looking at things at the moment. Just seeing how Mac and Kian are only separated by 900 just shows that this grid might actually be a lot closer than it was last year, because last year it was just basically the Vulcan. It was basically the Vulcan Racing League. That's literally all it was. It was Mac and Phil just flying away up front, and it's just great to see that the top 4 are separated by 2/10 here in the second test race of the season.
And Philip Kraus has just got off in the first couple of corners.
Ooh.
And that is pretty much his qualifying session over. So he's going to be pretty much third, and he's going to be very unhappy with that. Doherty is just... Can he start his lap here? No.
Yes.
Oh, he is.
Just barely made it, but I think he did. I think he did it.
Just barely made it, but could he cause an upset here tonight? Just going around turn 3. Nicely steady is the VD driver, and he's just lost a bit of time, but he is close. And no, he's not going to do it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He hasn't made that time. So, thoughts? What was it like there?
Well, just looking, obviously, now we have our, now we have the grid. I believe, was that the end of Q1? Because I think we've got 2-stage qualifying here. I can't remember, I'm not 100% up to date at the moment, but obviously just looking at the qualifying times, it looks close. But obviously you've got to then look at the race pace times, what these guys have been doing in the practice, and it still looks pretty good for Mac and Phil, but I still see Jacob and Kian causing an upset. I think Jan is just outside of it, but then again, anything's possible in WRL. This track, as Jeffrey said, is very hard to finish at, as we've seen. So, and especially with the upped tyre wear we've got here for the second test race, it could be even worse for the drivers.
So, looks like it is going to be Q2 as well now. Everyone who's just... was it the top 10? Or was it...
Top 10, yes.
Yeah, top 10 is now out of the pits to do their laps. So, of course, people like Van Hedding, Smith, Ribley are out of the session. And the rest, of course, will go on. Sid Kumar is out of it as well.
And Ron, I'd just like to advise you at the moment, nobody can hear you. You need to turn your audio up, man. We're all trying to hear your voice and no one can hear it.
Yeah, Max Cruzet, who is the owner of... Is it Iris Motorsport or IDOS Motorsports that he's in charge of?
I own IDOS, and Maxime doesn't actually own the team, because Dionysus Ferreras owns the Irish team. Max is basically just, well, he basically just manages relations between everything, so that's why he seems like... that's basically why he seems like the owner of absolutely everything, but... He's been doing a great job for my team with the livery, which is going to be revealed at the end of the month, well before the first race of the year, which is quite nice. So, promo shots, well, the first promo shot was leaked, but but hopefully we can all have a good season, and it's going to be interesting. Thought as we're waiting for Q2 times to come through, just talk about the season ahead, because it's going to be another interesting year, obviously almost a full year of racing, using the Automobilista mod for Formula Automobilista simulator. God, I'm out of practice. But just seeing these guys pound around is just absolutely amazing, because we only really announced that we were moving to Automobilista very recently. It was basically the end of last year before we started the Formula 3 series, which wasn't broadcast. We're going to try live broadcasting every round of Formula Waga 2018, so keep your eyes out on the channels, because we're going to see what we can do. The drivers have really adapted, and yes, there is no Halo this year because we banned it. We banned it for reasons of it looking ridiculous.
Yes.
So this is why there are no cars running a Halo.
Oh, and we got a huge off. We got a huge off. Just go. And it was Philip Kraus who made that huge mistake just then, and he's lost his rear wing. So yeah, pretty much don't come out of the pits for the rest of the session, Kraus. It's pretty much over for you.
Meanwhile, Max Shepard's gonna set the benchmark with a 1:16.4, which is not. I think he made a mistake somewhere because that's not fast at all.
Well, it kind of looks fast, but I don't know if it might be proved wrong later on. But Max Shepard sets the benchmark. Woznica only 6/10 behind. He could stay there for long. He might not. 5 minutes to go. Let's see what happens. And Quattarocci in third. And Max Shepard has just made a little wiggle just coming out of turn 4.
Toby Byrne about to come across the line now.
Vulture is off.
He's going to go 4th. So Toby goes 4th, currently 20 seconds off the pole time. That's a bit worrying. Hopefully that's not the worst time there. Mac was actually setting a best in Sector 1, 0.1 down in Sector 2. Just saw him literally on fire on the live timing. Sergio Quattarocci is looking to improve on his time at the moment. Currently 3/10 up, currently up on his personal best, but down on the current pole time. As Jack Fulcher stops just for the line on the live timing. Don't know if he's actually in the pits or not.
Vulture was
just
on
looking as they come across the line, finishing their second lap.
Vulture was out, but he crashed at turn 3. He spun out.
Oh, okay.
So the current standings at the moment.
Thank you there, Ron.
Yeah, we need to sort out some things here. So anyway, here are the standings at the moment. 4 drivers currently done their lap so far, which is Max Shepard setting a benchmark on pole. Woznica is second. Quattarocci.
Sorry, Ron, to interrupt you. Might want to have a look at Lorenz Doherty because he is currently on fire, currently quickest. And I think he's level in the second sector. He is level in the second sector with Mac. Lorenz is looking very good for pole. And now, Philip Kraus has gone quickest in Sector 1, and so has Jacob Reed. So the guys are getting really quick through the first sector. So
here
we can see
comes
some new pole times coming in. Here comes
Doherty. And there's, we got a little bit spinning back up, but he's second. Doherty is second.
Well done, Lorenz. A great job. And also, Kian White, I believe. Yeah, Kian White is currently level best with Mac through the second sector. So Kian looking good. Can he nail that final sector and take the pole? He's got Philip Kraus ahead of him, but that's not going to be a problem. Philip coming through the final corners and coming across the line anytime soon.
Kian's coming across the line now. At what time is he going to do? He's third. He takes over from Woznica. Woznica going down further down the field. Here's Quattarocci just coming across the line. He's not going to get a pole, surely. No, he's not going to get a pole. He stays 6. Who else is on the lap? Jacob Reed's on the lap. He's going for the last chicane now. And what time is he going to do? He's done 5th position. Just behind Woznica and in front of Kraus. Barely by 0.02 of a second. Woznica just coming across the line also as well. Pole position! Pole position for Jan Woznica. Utterly unbelievable.
So, Jeffrey, you know how you were saying if Jan wins this race?
No, I do not.
Oh, wait, no, that was Jake. Never mind, sorry, I'm getting the wrong people here for some reason. But no, I think the guys who were saying if Jan wins this race, they're going to... Don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to do something. But Kian was thinking that Jan was hacking or something, so I think that's being proven. But it was by 0.001. Holy hell, that was close.
Oh, yeah, 1,000th of a second. Just saw the time now, and Vulture made another mistake. Is likely he's not going to make a time. No, he's not going to make a time. He's going to end up 10th. Just wishing the best for the race. And Godspeed. So anyway, let's have a look at the other people on their lap. Toby Byrne currently on the lap at the moment. He's faster. He's got his own personal best faster. And only 0.4 off the pole time. So would you suggest that he might be either 4th or 5th? Or even just about 3rd?
I'm not too sure because anyone could throw up any surprise here. It is Circuit de Catalunya. One mistake, in like one just slight millimetre change in line can get all that difference, and That's just from experience of driving this circuit.
Here's
But
Ribley's
just
coming across the line
looking
now, and Ribley is 5th. Well done from him.
Loren's quickest in S1. Loren's quickest in S1, I've just seen. Oh, a lot of people
And
are actually going quickest in S1.
Kraus has got...
Kraus.
Kraus is 2/10 faster in the first sector. Let's see what he can do here. Let's go on board with him. Just got a little bit wide there, and... Oh, apologies for that piece of colourful... language in the bottom right corner there. Yeah, apologise for that. Going through anyway, back to Kraus. Was he faster or slower for the first section? And we got an off through the second to last corners, but nevertheless, Kraus going for the last corner. Can he surprise everyone here? Philip Kraus is 5th. And that is pretty much everyone done their lap. So, Jan Rosika is a pole man here tonight. My word.
Even I can't explain how that happened. Out of nowhere, the recently confirmed Drillers driver for GPWC Formula Challenge is showing his pace now in WRL. So, obviously, that little signing's given him a bit of a boost. But seeing that Max Shepard, 1,000th of a second behind. This is going to be, this is obviously only qualifying pace, so Mac will probably pull away through turn 1, but Lorenz, the 3/10 back in 3rd place is, look, it's a gap, it's a decent size, but no one too far off the pace it seems, so this is looking to be a good race.
It looks like to be a very close race now. Everyone is in their warm-up, so it's around 5 minutes as a warm-up, isn't it? Is it? I'm just checking. Yeah, is it? No, 15 minutes as a warm-up. So, but we're just going to go to a break. Before we go to a break, can I have your predictions for who is going to finish in the top spot for today?
I'm going to say podium-wise, it's going to be. I'm actually now curious. Who's it going to be? I'm going to say I'm going to say Mac's going to win it. Jan is going to definitely finish on the podium, and either Kian or Philip will join him. I don't think Lorenz has got that race pace yet, because I just don't think he has. He might do. He might surprise me, but I don't think he has got that race pace.
What's your thoughts then, Jeffrey?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I would think I'm gonna take a risky bet, and I think Jan is gonna take Mac out first corner because Jan is actually really aggressive, from my experience, and that someone will pick up, which we don't expect. So I think that that Philip is gonna win, Jacob will finish second, and that Lawrence will finish third.
Okay, so that is what the guys in the booth is going to think. I think my bet for the win today is either going to be between Shepard, White, or Woznica. It's just going to be tight here. But if I had to pick, I would think Shepard. He's got the pace, and well, let's just hope he has the consistency really. So yeah, and we'll watch this live here on Avid Sports, and it's coming up next. Welcome back, everyone. We are doing the race, 33 laps around Circuit de Catalunya here in Barcelona. And there is your grid at the moment. Elise is currently away having tea at the moment, so it's just me and Jeffrey for now. So, Jeffrey, if you would like to have the honours to take us through the grid.
Well, on pole, surprising pole actually, it's Jan Morsika from Drillers Motorsport, followed by Max Shepard of Vulcan Racing. On the second row, it's Lawrence Doherty from VD and Kian White from the confirmed team name yet. Philip is in 5th with the second Vulcan car. Well, the new team is driven with driver Massimiliano Riboli with the Force Racing team, a new team to the grid. Power Max RSR returns with Jacob in 7th place after a win 2 days ago in a test race, and the second Force car is in 8th, driven by Sergio Quattroni. Toby Byrne is in another test car with an unconfirmed team, followed by Jack Fulcher, who has the same situation. Jake Smith is the first car that was outside of top 10 in 11th with the second VD Sport, while the disappointing Ruben van den Hoeding with the second Drillers car is in 12th. The last driver to make it through qualifying, Sid Kumar, is also in the unconfirmed seat so far.
So everyone is just warming up the tyres into the section, 33 laps, and just trying to keep it calm and steady. Well, Jan Morsika just runs up the field to make sure everyone is good there. So onto the grid.
And we already see a spin from Toby Byrne in the formation lap.
And that is not going to do well for his resume there. But though, he's kept it steady, and everyone going onto the grid. The people on the sharp end of the grid on the left. And everyone here's even members pull off to the right. Stagger formation. Everyone just getting onto the grid. So everyone is ready. Everyone revving up the lights. Go! Everyone gets a clean start here.
Start from Lawrence Doherty.
Lawrence Doherty just coming around. Morsika going into the first corner. What is going to happen here now? Oh, we got a contact between Quattrocchi and Jake Smith, I believe, at the back as well. So, Quattrocchi is off already, and that's
done already.
That is his race over.
No, it's Masso. It's Riblioni.
Oh no, it's Riboli. So that is not good for the Force Racing team at all, and he's out. He's out. So only one Force Racing car left. So let's have a look at the field at the moment. It is Drillers, VD Motorsport, Vulcan Racing, Unclassified. Oh dear, and that is Jake Smith at the back, off already once again. 2 cars off. We don't want to make it to 11 cars already. Come on, Jake, get back on the power. Get back on the power. There we go, my son. There we go. Meanwhile, everyone is just completing the first lap of the race. So this is the formation after the first lap. So it's Woznica, Doherty, Shepard, Kraus, White, Quattrocchi, Reed, Byrne, Fulcher, and Kumar. And oh, there's an overtake at the first corner already. And it's Doherty is leading. Doherty is leading. Unbelievable.
Well, I said he was going to podium, so I'm in the ballpark.
In the ballpark at the moment. So Woznica is now second. Shepard is third, and keeping a close eye on things. White is down into 5th. Where would you expect that from him? The man is, of course, launching the Cruise Racing team very soon. Of course, there's other teams who need to wait for their cars to launch, including one of the other new teams on the block, NRWO, which will be launched tomorrow. So hoping that things go well on that. So anyway, coming to the end of the second lap, Doherty now leads from Woznica as we get a couple of cars nearly losing their grip at the second chicane. Sorry, at the last chicane, of course. Doherty leads ahead of Woznica. Could Woznica get another run on him? Oh, he's trying to protect on the inside, but he might go on the outside. Woznica leads it again.
That was a beauty. Absolute beauty.
Well, we said it was going to be close. We didn't expect it to be this close. Do you think Doherty is just going to take the lead from him once again from the next lap? Just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until there's pit lane or pits, or you think it's just going to be like that for the whole race? We have no idea.
Well, seeing the gap that Jan immediately opened up, I think he's trying to make a run for it.
Oh, Doherty's lost it! What an incredible development! And that has ended that.
Lost his front wing.
Yeah, he can still repair it. Go on, Doherty, get yourself back to the pits, lad. And now he's down into 9th. And Woznica has got a clear track in front of him now. And, well, let's see how many laps it will take for Shepherd to catch up to him. Woznica makes a little mistake going into the last chicane there.
Jan has to, well, he should have taken advantage of the cars.
Oh, we got Kieran White. Kieran White taking Kraus there into 4th. Or not?
Almost touching, but they just managed to do it to keep it clean.
This is unbelievable so far. Absolutely unbelievable. Meanwhile, Doherty just getting his getting his wings sorted now. Of course, he's now last place, so we do feel for the man. He qualified so well. He had a good battle for first going on, but now it's all gone downhill for this guy.
That's what happens. That's the commentator's curse in action. I say he's was in a prime position, and then the next lap on almost the exact same corner he spins out.
But now, Woznica has real pressure going on here. Oh! No. Oh, goodness gracious me. Don't scare us like that, Jan. Don't scare us like that.
And is Mac going to capitalize with DRS? Or is he too far away? He was too far away at the end at the detection point. But
I think Mac might catch up to him. Yeah, he's catch up to him real good. And it's most likely he might overtake him in the next lap. Woznica going wide. That's going to lose him some time a bit.
Is the pressure getting to him?
Possibly. Oh! Woznica once again losing a little bit. You have to think, his tire's gone already. Do you have to think his tire's already gone already?
No, I don't think so. Even though the tire wear has been increased from 2 days ago, it shouldn't be after 5 laps.
So now we just try and wait and see if Mac can make the pounce on the Driller's driver. 5 laps gone out of 33 here in Barcelona. Woznica leading from Shepherd ahead of Kraus. Both Vulcan cars in the podium positions. Kieran White in 4th, Quattrocchi in 5th, Reed in 6th.
Vulture's off. Vulture.
Vulture. Dearie me. We don't expect. We expect many things, but we didn't expect. We didn't expect many things going into this race, but we did expect a Vulture just to paddle along really. We do.
Also, Jacob with a clean overtake on Quattrocchi. Yeah.
Yep. So now both VD sports cars at the back. Not good reading at all for Jake Smith at all. Let's continue on with our battle at the front. Wozka still leading. And trying to keep on that lead as much as possible from the two Vulcans plus Weiss from behind. And we also been criticised for saying the word vulture, not Vulcan, to describe the two cars behind Wozka. But you had to feel feel like vultures. They're just waiting to prey on him.
Well, considering that that Vulcan has basically.
Oh no! White and Kraus having a little coming together towards down the pit straight. White gets past Kraus, did he? No! Oh! Yes, he done it! White is in third. This is amazing. Utterly amazing.
Some brilliant fighting from people that were on the same team during the WRL F3 season. Apparently Kian didn't like that he's getting was not selected for the second Vulcan seat.
Oh dear me. And looks like Van Hedding is changing his front wing as well. Not really sure what happened there either. Just getting his tyres sorted once again. 7 laps in, and Wozka still leads from Shepherd. White now in third, Kraus in fourth, Reed in fifth, Quattrocchi 6th, Burns 7th, Vulture 8th, Kumar 9th, and Smith in 10th position.
I'm not sure what to think of this, but I think Lawrence is on the medium tires, which I don't think that's a good decision. Because I don't think he can go to the end to kind of save his race. But
Van Hedding, of course, rejoins pretty much near the back of the pack once again. Meanwhile, it's back at the front. Mac seems a little bit closer to Wozka than they had done previously.
well, he's definitely in DRS range, so I think he's a bit too far. I think he's gonna try it actually because Jan made a little mistake.
Yeah, man, Jan made a little mistake there. Good try the DRS now. He is closer than ever before. Mac making the move. I just got it. No, has he? No. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, goodness gracious me. Yes, he's done it. Max Shepard in first, or is he? Wozka not trying to give up, but he has to give up this time. Shepard now leads. But how long will Wozka take to get that back now? How long would it take?
No, knowing both these people kind of well, I think Jan has to do it in this lap. Otherwise, Kian will get too close, and then he will be busy fighting him, and then Mac can run away.
Yeah. And we just saw a certain driller driver writing in the chat, and that's why. Because Ruben Van Hedding is out. So that's 2 retirements. 11 drivers remaining in this race. And, well, we didn't expect this. 10 laps gone. Wozka trying to catch up to Shepard, but Shepard's trying all his best to try and keep Wozka out of DRS range, and he has to really put the hammer down for that to happen. And we've just seen a comment from Van Hudding in the Discord chat, and I will not repeat. That's a piece of colourful language, as you could expect. So 10 laps gone out of 33, 23 laps to go. And it could be around this time for the pit stops, or is it going to be a one-stop race? I'm not too sure yet.
I have no idea.
Yeah, pretty much no one has any idea at this moment in time. But it should be pretty much the pit stop window by now. The two VD sports cars pretty much running up the backwards of the field right now. It's not good reading at all for Jake Smith. Not good reading at all. But then again, this is pre-season test. We don't know what's going to happen in the actual season. So it's.
I think you might be right actually on what with the pit stop window, because yes, Jake Smith is going to start pit stop cycle.
Yep, it is Jake Smith coming in from 10th position.
And I imagine Fulga following suit because he's sliding all over the place.
Yeah, Lawrence. Doherty makes a mistake at the last chicane there. Not good at all, but here comes his 2-8. Jake Smith coming out of the pit lane now. And Doherty is probably going to go side by side with him. No, he's not. He's not.
Meanwhile, Jan and Kian pit. Both pit.
Oh, this is an interesting development. A very interesting development. Woznica and Kian White in the pits. Now both 4th and 5th. Shepard hangs on to his lead, but so that means both Vulcan racing cars are now in the top 2.
If this is anything to go by, then they're once again a contender for the Constructors' Championship, because not only they're both fast, they also have the tire wear to go longer.
So you know how we were saying earlier about this should be called the WRL, the Vulcan Racing League. Well, your theory is pretty much proved right at this moment in time. Vulcan pretty much in a class of their own at the moment. Shepard leading with an iron steel fist. Kraus keeping his nerve in second, just hoping to make it a 1-2 here. And speaking of Kraus, he just lost it a little bit at the second to last corner there, just coming out of the chicane. And Jacob Reed may have just closed in the gap.
Yeah, Jacob is quickly closing because he's 2 seconds a lap faster. Well, the last lap.
Meanwhile, let's have a look at the back of the field. Both Doherty and Jake Smith, the two VD sports cars, just trying to figure out what to do for the rest of the race. Really, never really much is going to happen for them at the moment in time.
Oh, Jake Smith!
Jake Smith lost it, and yeah, a bad evening turned into a worse evening for the VD Sports owner. Not looking good for him at all. But opposite feelings so far for Vulcan Racing, and it should be one of their drivers pitting anytime soon now. Is it going to be Mac, or is it going to be Philip?
And I think we can add Jake Smith to retirements, because he's stuck in the gravel without a nose, and I think I don't think he's coming out.
And Wozniak's lost his front wing. Wozniak's lost his front wing, so that is pretty much his race in the doldrums, in the dungeons, and Yeah, Jacob Smith has lost his front wing as well, and nearly collided with. I believe that was Vulture there, and that is a blue flag already for Jake Smith. No, he's not going to carry on. There's 100% proof he's not going to carry on unless he's just going to go into pits to.
I think he'll just carry on for the sake of carrying on.
Yeah, perseverance for him. And Vulture is in the pits for a scheduled stop. And Wozniak is in for an unscheduled stop. Remember, he has to fix his front wing. And Jake Smith coming in as well. Meanwhile, back at the front, Shepherd got no physical challenge at this moment in time. He's leading pretty much as much as he can. Philip Cross trying his best to keep off Jacob Reed. Jacob Reed is now in the pits. So let's see how this goes down.
That was a very late call, I think.
Very late call, or is it good strategy at the moment? We'll have no idea. We'll have to wait and see. Here comes Jake into the pits. Meanwhile, Keaton White is going to get third. Yeah, he's got third. And Toby Byrne not going to take the fourth because he's just come in as well. Quattarocci might take fifth here. Byrne still in the pit box, so here comes Quattarocci to get fifth. And where is Sid Kubar? Sid Kubar's right there. He's currently 7th. Toby Byrne has just exited the pit lane. And he might just catch up with Byrne.
And now we can definitely add a VD car to the retirement list. Although it's not Jake Smith like I reported earlier, but it's Lawrence.
It's Lawrence Doherty. He is out. And oh, we got one of the Vulcans coming into the pits is Max Shepherd.
With a tricky pit entries because Jan Wozniak was definitely in the way there.
Philip Kraus now leads.
Jacob crashed.
Jacob's out. No, wait a minute. No, yeah. Jacob crashed once again. So remember, we already got 9 drivers left in this race from the 13 that started. We don't want 8 now. Come on, Jake. Yeah, lost his front wing. No, God. And White is also in second. While we were just looking at that battle, White has gone into second place. Shepherd, yeah, just lost second to White.
Undercut, though.
A massive undercut.
He was behind Shepherd. Everyone was behind Shepherd, well, before the pit stops, and now White managed to beat him out.
But the question is, where is Kraus? Kraus is going down the back straight now. It could be his pit stop this lap. It could be his pit stop this lap. But the question is, if he pits this lap, then we could be on for a close 1, 2, 3 at this moment in time, near a dead heat, just going into lap 17, and in comes Philip. In comes Philip. And oh, he's nearly made a mistake just coming into the pits now. Where is White and Shepherd? There they are, just going through the last couple of corners now. Kraus is in the pit box. I think White could do it. They've gone around the last corner now.
I think he's going to take the lead.
Yeah, White is now in the lead. Shepherd in second. And Kraus still in third. Just in front. Just coming out of the lapped car of Jacob Reed. No, it's actually still 10 runners. My mistake. Still, Jacob Smith still in the race. Meanwhile, Jake Smith, of course, has got a blue flag in front of him. Blue flagged.
And Jan Wozniak again without a front nose.
Oh dear, no. Yeah.
I think that's fourth or fifth time in 2 races.
I
in
think
4 days.
I think Wozniak needs to go, and nearly just took out Vulture there. Is it Vulture?
No, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. I think Waska is going to go out of the race now. It's just a tall order for him now. Unless he's going to persevere, which is going to pretty much put the race into a little bit of an array. So yeah, you said 4 front wings lost. Surely the team's going to run out of front wings by now. Unless it's infinite. So in comes...
I don't know.
So in comes Wazdaka.
I'm starting to think Joey Vrolek, the driller's manager, has some deep pockets to afford all those front wings.
Oh. He must have some funding coming from Roman Abramovich. I don't know. So out comes Wazdaka in 9th place. I know. Is he trying to get himself out of the race? I don't know. So we're just gonna try and watch the rest of his race for a couple of laps and see if he crashes again.
Well, I will hold off on that because Mac is on Kian's tail.
Yeah. I actually, yeah. You know what? Just for a little bit, for now. Actually, you watch the front. You actually watch the front battle. I'm gonna watch Wazdaka, see what happens with him. Because if he crashes again, then surely he must retire.
Oh my god, that's gonna be an overtake for the lead.
Is it? Oh, yeah. Max did though.
Backing out.
Kian shuts the door on Mac. And Kian goes wide, so does Shepard. And Wazdaka makes a mistake at the last chicane once again. Meanwhile, there's only 24 laps. Sorry, no, is it? No, 14 laps remaining in this race. "25 minutes in, and we already got 3 retirements, plenty of overtaking going on, and well, let's see what happens next."
It's a shame that the whole race is getting kind of static, with over a second gaps between everyone, even between White and Shepard. Probably the most entertaining thing to watch now is Jan trying to kill himself.
Yeah. And I don't know if there's any entertainment in that, trying to kill himself. Just no. And also Quattrocchi is just making his schedule stop for the Force Racing team. Of course, the only representative after Ribley is out. Meanwhile, Jake Smith, is he trying to overtake Fulcher? Or
Well,
yeah,
Jake is on a lap on everyone, I think. So
yeah,
I think he's trying to unlap himself.
yeah. After a seriously miserable afternoon for Jake, he's trying to redeem himself in the best way as he can. Meanwhile, Fulcher, no, is that Kian White? Kian has made a mistake.
No, that's not Kian. That can be Kian.
All right, fair enough.
It's Jack.
Yeah, Jack Fulcher.
All those test cars, man, they all look similar.
Yep.
That's why you need to submit liveries before testing. Makes it a lot easier on us.
Makes it much more easier on
Jan Spawn,
Janspan again, I presume.
flavor of the day.
And what is going to be the topping? Another front wing lost?
I think he has some minor damage, some suspension somewhere, because from what the eye can see, everything is in one piece.
So let's see what's going to happen next. We'll go on board with Wazuka for another couple of laps. Actually, no, we'll just go back to the lead, really. In which... And Shepard's gone into the pit. Yeah, Shepard's back into the pits.
So it will be a 2-stop race then.
But the question... But so, Kraus is now in. Is that Wazuka in front? Look, yeah, Wazuka. Yeah, Wazuka in the pits once again.
Turns out maybe he has some suspensional damage on the rear.
And that just tops it off. And looks like another one is off. Was Vulture just then. Yeah. No, it was Kuma. Sorry, my apologies. Kuma. Meanwhile, Kraus. And it's... Yeah, Kraus still in second. Third is Shepard. And right behind Kraus at the moment is Reed. Currently 6, a lap down. Wants to try and unlap himself, but I don't think Kraus wants to argue on that right now. Where is... Let's try and find out where White is. Going through the last chicane now. Is he going to make his second stop, or is he going to continue one? No, he's making another stop. He's making another stop.
I think this is the best decision to do because Shepard is on the softer compound, so, and you don't want to get undercut by Shepard, because if you get undercut by Shepard, you'll never see him again. And
Kraus is now in the lead. Where is Shepard though? Kian's coming out of the box now, but Shepard is just coming into the last corner now. Can Kian keep on to second? He's just going past the south finish line now. Going to be very close indeed. No, Kids, hold on to second. Kids, hold on to second.
All he has to do now is keep him off for 10 more laps.
10 more laps. So where is Kraus then? He's currently still in the lead, but is he going to make a stop this lap then? It looks like mostly.
I didn't even think about that. If Philip is only one stop and Mac is able to kind of slow down Kian, it could be a split strategy.
Meanwhile, it's 10 laps to go. Kraus could make his move on this lap. And Kraus skips it. He's trying to try and increase the gap as much as he can. Believe you...
Shepard has already passed Kian, so...
Oh, dearie me. That lasted long. Unless he's going to overtake him on the straight. Let's just go on board with Kian. He should be in DRS range. Yep. He's just going to try to move to the right just to make sure he doesn't get any much of the slipstream there, which is good thinking from Shepard. But believe you me, I think White's gone a little bit closer. And meanwhile, this could be good news for Vulcan, because if Kraus pits this lap, no, I think it might be bad news, because White could take second, but Kraus could easily just catch up to him if he can. But right now, yeah, Kraus is not going to make a stop this lap, isn't he? No, he's not going to make a stop.
No, I don't think so. I really think that Vulcan has decided for a split strategy with Philip on the 1 stop and Mac on the 2 stop. And if they pull it off, like they get a 1-2 right here. But if Philip has a stop, they throw away second place basically.
Yeah. So let's have a look at what is. I can't get any of this pit information on here, but right now, Kraus trying to keep on to first place as much as he can. Meanwhile, it's all slipping away from White. Meanwhile, Fulcher is out of the race. Fulcher is out of the race. He's going to finish 10th, of course. Just having a look in the Discord chat, and he hasn't said anything yet. Yeah, so most likely we're just going to keep an eye on that as we go on.
I think I can imagine anything that could have been said behind so soon after a crash wouldn't be able to be broadcast.
Yep.
That's usually how these things go.
Phil Carl's, of course, skipping another lap. So it's most likely only about 6 laps, is it, or is it 7 laps from the end? Carlos only has to do to win. Yep, it's
7, I think.
Yeah, 7. And it's just all slipping away from Kean White.
With the top 3 each setting their personal best lap.
Yep.
It surprised me that Philip does it because he's on older tires.
I think he might. He might know how to use those tires well. We have no idea yet, but still.
Also, surprise of the day, by the way, I think so far, this will be Tony Byrne in 4th.
Oh yes, he's done well.
He's up 5 positions from his grid slot, and he's ahead of Quattrocchi and Jacob, who I think both started ahead of him. So that's a good job on him.
I think Toby might have 4th place secure. He just might have 4th place secure if Quattrocchi keeps up at least 1 second faster than Byrne, then he might have a chance. But right now, time is running out for Quattrocchi to gain those extra points, because we're now into the closing stages of this race.
And the battle for last position is on with Jake Smith and Jan Woznicka.
Oh yeah. But who would win this one?
I think a qualifying page you would say Jan.
Yeah, but Jan hasn't been consistent in this race. Oh! Yeah, Jacob nearly sped out then. But considering the consistency from Woznicka, and Jake is just shutting the door. Oh dear! Well, like I said, consistency not too good at the moment between these two.
No, the nice thing is at least they both spun.
Yeah. Woznicka is gonna, and Woznicka gone off once again, and he goes into pit lane once again. Meanwhile, Jake Smith. Oh dear. Surely this is going to be the end of his match now.
I think anything meaningful has already ended, yeah.
Yep, and Jake Smith is coming into the pit lane and possibly to retire. But
I think the race length is getting on people with the tires, because now also Jacob has spun completely on his own, Jacob Reed.
Yeah, and also, yeah, Woznicka is coming out to continue on racing. At this point in time, they're just going to become like mobile chicanes. Like the 40s and the Lolas of the. Oh dear, Jake Smith has got a drive-through penalty. Yeah, Jake Smith has got.
I think it has to be for pit lane speeding.
Yeah, I just feel like it's gonna become like mobile chicanes, like the late '90s cars of the 40 Corsa cars and the Mastercard Lolas. It's just gonna become mobile chicanes, really. I'm putting at risk.
I want to say that, or like me in any WRL race, but I always move out of the way.
Yeah. Unless you move out of the way of the wrong place, then you are completely, let's see, messed up there.
I've yet to receive a complaint about my ability to be lapped.
Oh dear, and off is yeah, we've just seen somewhere back there. What's happened there? No, just a spin there by, I believe it's Wozaka. I'm not too sure. Wozaka goes off once again. Deary me, Wozaka. Deary me. Right, I mean this is the nicest possible way. If you're going into the pits now, go into the pits and please retire. Please retire. Meanwhile, Jake Smith is already in the pit lane to serve his drive-through penalty. And another drive-through penalty for Jake Smith. And a drive-through penalty as well for Jan Wozaka as well. I
think they just really need an excuse to be close together. So everything one does, the other does as well.
Meanwhile, back at the front, only three.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
With some massive car control to keep it on the right way, keep it going the right way, because the rear was almost sideways.
It's unbelievable so far. Absolutely unbelievable. Meanwhile, back at the front, only 3 laps or less to go for the Vulcan drivers of Philip Kraus and Max Shepard. They basically controlled this race near enough as a friend near start to finish, but they had to come through some ways through White, Woznica, and plenty of other drivers after that. But they're really coming through here.
I think that it also they were also helped by basically Lawrence and Jacob taking themselves out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Smith and Woznica going in for their drive-through penalties once again. And Woznica weaving the pit lane. What are you doing?
At this point, I don't think they're even trying anymore.
Nope, they're not trying one bit. Smith is safe, and Jan is safe. Let's hope that never happens again. So only 2 laps away from the end of what has to be. Oh dear! Philip Kraus nearly lost it before the chicane section, but Mac is too far.
He has an 8-second gap for 1 lap, 2 laps.
Yeah, 2 laps to go. This lap plus the next lap, which will be the final lap. So Philip Kraus, only 8 seconds.
Has to hang on those old tires then.
Has to hang on, has to keep it cool. Remember, he can't. Remember, if he could just slow down a little bit, he might lose the gap, but he could still win. He just needs to slow down a bit, not to push it. Meanwhile, battle for second. Shepard's trying to keep it calm and trying to keep Kim White under control. Who, of course, himself is doing well so far. And who knows what is going to happen next. So, Philip Kraus coming through this chicane. And who would you say was your driver of the day?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to go with Philip because when you look at the top guys, usually Philip is one of the guys that gets overlooked. So I'm happy that he well, not finally, because he's won a couple of WRL races already, but I think in Formula 3 he was basically nowhere compared to where Jan, Kian and Mac were.
I would say my driver of the day has to be between Shepherd or Byrne. Byrne has actually done well so far in this race, and Shepherd trying his utter best.
We have a major crash with Jake Smith.
Oh no! And let me guess, what's because involved, is it?
Also,
No.
and Jacob Reed and Quattrochi.
Oh dearie me!
And Quattrochi is now without a front wing.
It wouldn't be a WRL race without a classic WRL crash. Meanwhile, going into the last corner, Philip Kraus overcame some obstacles today, but he manages to go around the final corner. Philip Kraus wins the pre-season test here in Barcelona. Fantastic drive. Utterly unbelievable. Unbelievable for the Vulcan drivers. A 1-2. Kraus first, Shepherd second, and Kim Weiser. Fantastic performance from him in third position. Well done to the Irishman, especially. Where is Toby Byrne? He's just going around the back straight now. Remember, 5 places from his normal grid position to do well here today. Well done to Toby Byrne, just coming around the last couple of corners. Meanwhile, let's have a look at the. Before we do, let's have a look at the situation. Quattrochi. Oh dearie me, dearie me. I think he might. Yeah, he's just gonna make it to 5th here. Meanwhile, where is Byrne? Toby Byrne comes home in 4th. Brilliant drive from him. Absolutely brilliant.
Jacob's out.
Oh, Jacob Reed, what were you doing there? Actually, if you think about it, could Quattrochi...
No, he's not gonna finish. So close and yet so far away.
Yeah, so far away. And meanwhile, Wazica just slows down. Quattrochi, of course, goes across the line. So does Smith and Kuba. Kuba is in 6th. He takes over from Reed's position. Reed is officially lapped, and Kuba is in 6th position. Utterly staggering.
Can I still change my driver of the day, because Sid definitely deserves it.
Yes, Sid Kumar. Utterly unbelievable so far. Well done to him. But the main guy today, of course, was... Well, the main team of the day, will, of course, will be the 2 Vulcan cars. So that pretty much sums up the pre-season test. Thank you very much to Jeffrey for joining us in the booth.
No problem.
And thank you to everyone watching. This has been Squire for Avid Sports here for the pre-season test. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Goodbye.